best day to film, but it's never a great day to film. These days are gray and cold and rainy, so I figured why not just go out, not care so much. There are 10 lessons I learned after 30 years. Obviously I learned more. I think I learned more than 10 things. There are 10 things that I find important. The first thing is that you choose whether you want to be happy or not. Happiness is a choice. It's not like a switch that you can just turn on and, okay, now I'm choosing happiness. It comes from within, and it comes from a place of gratitude and hope, I think, and just a positive outlook on life. The church bells have started to ring now. I don't know if you can hear it. I wonder if I'm a little late. It's Sunday, so I feel like that's a perfect graveyard day for people to, visit. I don't know, it's 12. It doesn't feel like it's that late. Oh, maybe this is a good spot where you get a great view, which I am, as we all know, a huge fan of. Yeah, I definitely think happiness is a choice. Some people have better cards for being happy, and some people have worse. Some people have faced a lot of, death and bad things in their life and are dealt cards that makes it more likely for them to not be happy, but you can still choose how you want to live your life. Now, I think people very many are very obsessed with what other people think. They let the judgment of other people impact their own happiness. I sound so smart sometimes. It's just something I've been thinking about. We're so easily brainwashed into thinking that we have to do this in order to have a good life. And people are being brainwashed into not thinking, doing what we're told. I guess me walking around here is just trying to break out of that cycle, I think. Trying to show myself, show the world that I see you, I see the matrix, I see the system. I'm not trying to sound like a self-proclaimed Sigma or something. I'm literally, I'm just trying to live my life. And I think there are so many people out there who's afraid to do that because they don't have enough people to look up to. They don't have inspiration, and you'll not get inspiration unless you look for it. You'll never get inspired unless you want to. Just allow the right type of energy flow into your life, and that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just walking around here talking to myself, but somehow it makes sense. The second thing I learned is that having an organized house is having an organized mind. And I don't think I understood the importance of that until very, very late in life. I sometimes don't think it's important, even though I know it's true, because it's easier to tell yourself that it's okay, you can just let it be a mess in your house, it's okay, it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. It actually does. I don't have any statistics or numbers to prove it, but it's true. Wake up in the morning, clean your house, clean your bathroom, clean your kitchen, clean the living room, vacuum. It does something to you. It clears your mind. It's underestimated. It's undervalued. I really don't know what word I'm looking for. It's underestimated, and how much that actually affects your mentality. Why am I standing so far away? You can hear that, right? Something else I learned is that your health comes over everything else. It comes over your job, comes over your obligations, your friends, your network, your family. When I say health, I mean both mental and physical, because that's in the end all you've got. It's everything you have. It's your greatest, apart from time, your health is your greatest asset. By prioritizing your mental and physical health, I'm pretty sure you're going to add, first of all, more years to your lifespan, but also more productive years, more happy years, more fulfilling years. It's not as hard as people think. Sometimes when I I look at like fitness videos and people showing off their new summer body because they've been shredding all, for a few months, and they have no body fat, and people in the comment sections like, how did you do that? How did you build muscle and lose fat? Like, how? I don't know where to start. I don't know what foods to eat. What is good? What is bad? And then I'm like, don't people know these things? Okay, that's maybe that's a privileged thing to say. Maybe that's because for me it's easy. It doesn't mean that it's easier for everyone else. I know. I absolutely know. I used to not know these things too, but eating raw food straight from the ground that hasn't been processed, that hasn't been through, tons of machines and added lots of chemicals. Once you start doing that on a regular basis, I think it starts to make a lot of sense for you. You start understanding your body knows what it needs, and you don't always have to understand or know the ingredients of things. Sometimes you can just look at something and you'll be like, oh, that's processed. Or sometimes it's hard to say, sometimes they put stuff in apples, and I understand that it's not easy. Sometimes it's really hard. But if you just try to cut out as much bullshit as you can, just live clean. Listen to your body. What does your body need from you today? I'm getting really tired in my leg. I think it's time for us to move to a different position. I've been here for quite some time now, but I actually like that spot because there's not a lot of people walking past it. But it's also very, very dark. So I don't know. But it's dark everywhere. And also when you start going to the gym on a regular basis, your body's going to start screaming. If you didn't already know what good foods and bad foods is, your body's going to let you know. Because if you go to the gym and you start becoming active, your body's going to need fuel. And if you only eat, processed sugars, cereal, pizzas and stuff that's just full of sugar and salt, you're not going to feel good afterwards. Start noticing what the food does to your body. Does your body make you want to work? Does your body fuel you with energy? Or does it just make you weak and tired? That's what I'm trying to live off by. I give my body what my body needs. Why do I sound like this fitness expert? I'm not a fitness expert. I don't have the perfect body. I don't have the perfect health. But this is one thing that I have learned. And I learn that more and more every day, how important it is to fuel my body with the right food and keep it active. Goddamn. If I don't work out for an entire week, my mood goes down, everything, my energy levels drops like crazy. I don't want to do anything. It's crazy how much it affects. It definitely becomes easier the more you do it. In the beginning, it's very easy to be insecure and can I eat this, or is this okay? But just listen to your body. It's the best thing you can do. Listen to your body before you're hungry. Listen to your body after you're full. What happens? If people drain you, cut them out. I've heard the term social vampires. I think it's accurate. Some people are a little bit more socially demanding than others, but actually I think it's a little bit of a mean word, because social vampires is just another word for extroverts. It's a word created by introverts to kind of shame extroverts in a way, because some people get energy by being with other people, and some people get drained by that, and some people just demand a lot more from you than you can give. It's just an uneven balance. Doesn't mean that they're bad or that you're bad, and I'm not a professor in this, just speaking from experience. However, if you find yourself trapped with someone who is constantly draining you, I don't know if it's a good idea to say it to them, because it's not necessarily going to change. And you're most likely only going to hurt their feelings. You could tell them if you feel like that's right. I don't know if that's the right thing to do always, but sometimes things are just better to be faded, you know? You kind of just slowly walk away from each other because you're not serving each other, and that's totally fine. If you like being that direct, I don't have anything against that. I'm actually working on that myself, trying to be a little bit more, I'm not trying to be blunt, but I want to be honest. But sometimes honesty isn't the best option. Seeing these people and understanding what they do to you, and prioritize yourself. Prioritize what you need. And just tell yourself that it's okay. You don't have to be everyone's best friend. And you're not going to be everyone's best friend. That's simply not possible. We're not created to be everyone's best friend. We are unique. And we all have kind of different roles we play. Some roles play better together than others. Just like in a movie, there's different characters. There's side characters and main characters. And some characters go better along than others, and that's fine. The sooner you learn to understand yourself, the sooner you learn to see what people fits you better, to see what people fits you best. Your relationships that you have in your life, whether if it's romantic, friendships, family, whatever it is, your relationships are there to teach you. From my experience, I've never learned as much about myself as when I was with my exes. Now, I have some great exes in my life. I've actually been very, very happy and very, very blessed with the people that I have been in a relationship with. I've been in a few now. I'm 30, and actually I'm turning 32 in just a few days. We don't have to talk about that. I've been in a few relationships, romantic relationships, and they've taught me a lot. I'm so grateful for that. Because who's ever gonna give you a more direct response to who you are as a person than the people that you see every day and the people that you live with, if you live with your partner, and you know, you speak to them every day, and they are in a way a reflection of who you are. I've learned so much about myself from being with these people, and not just from my romantic relationships, but also from my friendships and, you know, the people in my life in general. You learn so much because you can see what is normal. You learn what is normal behavior, what is a universal experience and what is not. I also learn a lot of this from social media, sadly. I think, unfortunately, that's where I've learned a good bunch of myself as well. But of course, it gets a lot more personal when you get a direct feedback from someone close in your life. And I think that's really interesting. And I love that we have so much to learn. Like, we like to think that we go through life and we're like, okay, finished product. I don't need to learn anything. I'm a grown-up. Yes, you do. You have always something new to learn. And by meeting a new person, suddenly you have a whole new perspective on life, on things that you never thought about, and it's amazing. Something else I've learned, which is probably a little random, but it's the power of pauses and how much more importance you give your words if you allow them to linger a little bit before you continue. And that's an art, understanding the power of pauses. I've been conflicted about that when it comes to editing here. I find something very beautiful about people who don't edit their videos and just allow their thought process just be untouched for the whole world to see. It's like you're sitting there with a person in real life, because that's how life is. Life isn't as fast-paced as we see in the videos online. The people take their time to think through things. It's a beautiful thing because it's real. And I've been conflicted whether if I should cut out the pauses in my videos or if I should just let them be. Sometimes when I watch my own videos, I catch myself in thinking, oh, can't we just like hurry up, get to the point, because I know what this video is about. So I just want to get to the point fast. And I know that people's attention spans aren't always the best. My attention span is not the best. It's more fried than a Kentucky chicken on a Friday night. I like speaking in metaphors, but sometimes I have no idea what I'm saying. It's fried. I don't know. I like it sometimes to just see people be real and fumble with their words until they say what they're supposed to say. But sometimes we need things to go fast. So I think it's a balance thing when it comes to editing, at least. Yeah, I think the power of pauses is underestimated. Just trying to see if there's any new places that we haven't been yet. I feel like I've been walking across this whole graveyard now, and I kind of know every spot and every corner of it. Let's try to go somewhere else. Feeling a little adventurous. Stressing is a waste of time. Personally, I find myself stressing all the time. Not like super heart rate up, like to the point where I almost crash, but just like teeny tiny little stressful elements is something I normally get very often. I want to be better at handling stress, because I think that a lot of the things that I want in my life is behind this wall of stress handling. Like I was about to do like a punching movement, but then I realized I'm out in the public. I want to like punch. I want to punch through the invisible wall of handling stress, because when you don't stress, you think clearly and you're more able to make better decisions. Yeah, stressing really is a waste of time, but yeah, we do it all the time. Maybe not all the time. I don't stress when I'm sleeping, or when I'm having fun, or when I'm with people that I trust. I don't stress then. I'm just enjoying myself, but I'm not always with people that I truly trust and truly enjoy being with. Sometimes we don't have a choice, you know? But stressing really is a waste of time, though. Like, what are we stressing towards? Does the outcome change if you stress or if you don't stress? Stressing is supposed to get your heart rate up and make you more prepared to fight or whatever. But we don't really fight anymore. We don't really have to run anymore from dangers. Like, there's no dangers. It's just mental dangers. And those mental dangers are not dangers at all, but we think they are. Of course, this bench is drenched. And it's not just like clear water, it's brown water. This next part is actually my favorite. You're not stupid. You're just bored. Sometimes. It's also interesting growing up, and you have you're in elementary school and you have all these subjects that you have to do and you have to pass in order to, you know, level up, I guess. Some of these subjects are just so incredibly boring and it drains the life out of you, but you have no choice but to surrender and finish them and pass them because your parents tell you so and your teachers tell you so. And you think you're stupid because you're not able to do it. Like, I literally cannot, for the life of me, get through certain history classes because certain parts of history is just so, like, out of my reach for having an interest in. When you're not interested in something, it's really hard to be good at it and to get good grades and stuff. But, you know, sometimes you just have to do it. You just have to push through. Well, I thought I was literally dumb in certain subjects because I just could not, for the life of me, do it. I couldn't do it. And I wanted to because I wanted to be a good student. I wanted to have good grades. You always want to be good because then you'll be told that you're great and you'll be treated differently because you're so great. That's kind of followed me a little bit into adult life. But I've come to understand that just because you're bored of something, it doesn't mean you're stupid. It means that this is just simply not for you. So this is not me. Definitely work on your overall intelligence skills. I'm not saying to just give up because it's boring right then and there, but give it a chance and give it multiple chances. And if you come to the same conclusion every single time that this doesn't give me anything, even though if I nail this question, even though like I understand what happened in 1843, it doesn't mean that it has a direct relevance for my life. It really doesn't. And it doesn't have to. You don't have to care. It's nice to know things, yes, but you don't have to. I spent so many years thinking I was dumb, thinking I was straight up stupid. Even in work settings, your boss can come up to you and be like, yeah, this isn't for everyone. Not everyone can do this job. And you'll be like, oh shit, I need to prove him wrong. And then you work twice as hard, but it's still, you don't like it, it's not fulfilling, but you do it just to prove him wrong. And then it's like, yeah, I was wrong about you. You're good. Yeah, but at what cost? Like, at what cost exactly? You're not stupid. You're just bored. Like, look at the things that you love doing. Look at the things that you do when you get home and you get to choose whatever you want to do. Are you dumb in that too? Are you dumb at drawing? Are you dumb at taking pictures? Are you dumb at making music? Whatever your hobbies are outside of your 9 to 5. Are you dumb in that department too? No, you aren't. Just remember that, I guess. Just because you don't have an interest for it doesn't mean that you're dumb. Just because your parents tell you that this is important to know, you need to know this, it's not always true. They probably mean you well though. They want the best for you, but they can only give you the truth that they have been served in their lives, and their truth isn't necessarily the same truth as yours. Did you guys see that I put on makeup today? I used my new lip gloss. It's now dried out, so I just wanted to share that. I really made an effort to look appropriate, approachable, representative of my channel. This brings me to my next point, actually. Things don't matter as much as you think. Things aren't that deep, and we're all gonna die. No, but honestly, it's so true. Things don't matter. And people love to make you think otherwise. It ties a little bit together with what I talked about with parents making you do stuff that they think is important, because people can only, they see the world with their eyes, and they tell you what they wish they had been told. But things change, and times change, and people change, and what you need now is not what they needed then. Things really aren't that serious. If you just live your life knowing that there's no deeper meaning to it other than experiences, it takes away a lot of that toll. At least it did for me. It took a lot of the stress away from, achievements and school and status and like, where am I in life and what am I supposed to do and how am I viewed by society, how am I viewed by people, and like, we're here for a limited time. I think we can all agree on that. You should do with that time exactly as you want. And of course, be yourself and don't listen to haters and all that. Is, yes, of course, easier said than done. But if you really go deep into yourself and just what is this life? What is this life actually? It's crazy. This life we're living is crazy. And I don't think death is as bad as they make it. I honestly think, this is a hot take, I think death is amazing. I think death will, for everyone, be amazing. I'm not saying that I'm suicidal and I want to take my life or anything. I'm not saying that. I love life. But I think death will be amazing. And I think people worry too much. My last point is, life is a game. You either play or you get played. It is true. It is true. Life really is a game. And people who say that life isn't a game, it's not that they're wrong. Like, you're not right or wrong by calling life a game. It's all about perspective. It's all about how you see things. And we shouldn't like point fingers at people and laugh at them for having a different opinion than ourselves. Like I said, like, people can only give you their own truth based on their experiences and how their lives have formed. But if you really think about it, life is a game. Maybe not a video game, but you've been dealt certain cards by being born in the body you're born, and then you go from there and you try to make the best of it. We're not going to be here for eternity, like not in this form at least. I'm not going to go too much into that, like what I think, what happens when we die, etc., because that shit is crazy. I don't know, I have my thoughts, I have my theories, and I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. And thank God for that, because I'm alive and well. And I want to do the most I can with this life. And now that I'm over 30, I'm 30 something, I'm starting to feel like, not that time is ticking or like I'm running out of time, but like I'm not old, but I'm starting to feel like it's time for me to just be more aligned with who I am and what I want and what I stand for. Stop pretending so much. Start live more truthfully to what I think is right. I need more truth, because we're being told so much shit every day, and we need to filter out a lot these days, and we need to make up our own truth and understand ourselves and learn as much as we can, and try to not get brainwashed. Like, I'm brainwashed too, like we're all brainwashed. It's because we don't know better. Life really is a game. You should use those cards and try to make the best of it. And also, success loves speed. It's also something I learned from my digital marketing experience, how quickly things move, not just like in that field, but in general. I have here a little. Things move quickly. Success loves speed, money loves speed, and if you can learn how to utilize your skills quickly and not be so hung up in what you can't do and your flaws and your faults, and try to rather just like understand that, yeah, I made a mistake, I failed, but I'll learn from that and keep going. This was a really nice graveyard, actually.